This video is about connecting dots, and we connect dots to make a mental process that we can navigate through very quickly, and that helps us reevaluate the situation. In this example, will be very simple. We'll just connect two feelings, hurt and liking, with ambivalence, and and then those feelings will be connected with some kind of outcome, whether we avoid the person or whether we approach them. So the first thing we do is we create a file, and let's just name this A. And if we want to base it on the basic template, we can. We can also choose another existing file, base it on something different. But in this case, let's make it as simple as possible and use the basic file. We'll press the Save button to save it. Then we'll come into the file. Now the objective here is to connect dots to make a mental path. So the first thing we'd like to do is remove all the existing connections, because these are the defaults and there are too many here for our simple example. So we remove all these. But what we do want to connect is positive feelings and negative feelings with our mixed feeling. So this gives us 3 dots in our theme, and that makes it very easy for us to add or remove dots to make a connection. The second step we want to take is we want to clear out all the default ratings that are in the file. And the default ratings are basically just a mechanism to help us follow through some common patterns. So let's press the edit bar button and then press on the file. The file here is named A. And what we can do is we can click on this 0 toolbar button, and that will clear everything out for us. So now all the defaults have been removed. So what we want, so now we notice that there's a red exclamation mark, and that's because the red exclamation mark identifies a theme item in the path. So it's telling us there's something important and we need to follow that path. So we can follow the red exclamation marks to connect the dots. So we go to feelings, and the first, and the level that we're at right now is the branch level. Feelings are at a branch, and the next lower level below a branch is a twig, and that has desire, mixed feelings, positive feelings, and negative feelings. Let's go to mixed. Here's our ambivalent. So let's just mark that right now. And there's 2 others that we want to, there are 2 others that we want to consider. Liking, that's a positive feeling. So we want to add this to we also want to add liking to the theme. So we press the information button in the toolbar. We add liking, and the other one we want to connect is hurt. And so what we do is we select that item, and then we tap on the information button in the toolbar, so we can turn on the theme. Now this has been, hurt has been added to our theme. And let's come back up here to ambivalent, and let's see if ambivalent is, and now we'll add ambivalent to our theme as well. So now we can look at the connections between ambivalent and other dots. Now the theme has been added, and we don't need to add the whole theme. So let's delete the connections right now and just add in individual ones. Let's add hurt and liking. And I didn't see the outcome items. Let's go to action and approach. Let's add this and avoid. We'll add avoid as a theme. Okay. So now let's return back to feeling, and we'll go to mixed and ambivalent. Now what we want to do is connect ambivalent to both liking and hurt, and also approach and avoid. So you notice that we have liking and hurt as two dots that we can connect to ambivalent. But what we also want to do is add approach and avoid. So now you can see in our diagram here the four connections we want to make. We picked just a few of them from our theme. And this is where we connect the dots. So for hurt, we could rate it as a 2, and liking, we could rate it as a 4, and whether we approach or avoid will depend on whether someone's hurt us or liked us. So let's go to hurt, and from hurt, we look and we have nothing here. So let's delete it, and let's add a couple of items to our theme from hurt. What we want to do is avoid somebody. So when we're hurt, we're going to go to avoid, and let's go to positive feelings. And for liking, what we want to do is add a connection. We'll delete the existing one, and we'll add approach. And we'll also add a connection to ambivalent, that way, and hurt. That way we can have a loop. So when we're trying to make a decision, we can just quickly navigate between these. And okay, so here's our connections. Approach would be positive, ambivalent, let's just say, is uncertain, and hurt would be negative. So now we have connections. So if we wanted to go, right now we're at hurt, if we want to go to ambivalence, we just tap on it and it brings us there. So that's our mental process that we're going through. When we go to ambivalent, we can go to hurt or liking. And so let's go to liking, and from liking we can navigate to hurt, for example, and we can continue doing this until we come to a final conclusion. And in this case, it might be avoid. So that's the basic way of connecting items together. This topic deserves more explanation, but I'm going to stop here because I try to keep the videos between 5 and 10 minutes, and this one's already been 8 minutes long. So the next video will go into this in more detail.